So at 6 p.m. tonight there will be 150 dancers. There's a Spitfire out there already. There'll be lights, there'll be fireworks, and we will sort of be officially open.
Makes me feel slightly exhausted before we've even started, but also extremely exciting.
The best thing about this whole weekend now we're here is after a press night normally you just go into the show and back to work, but for us we're opening the new building today. We've got so much going on.
We've got a lot of work to do today. We've got a lot of media interest, lots of regional TV, BBC, ITV, etc. are all here filming live. We've got every regional radio station is covering us as well. So we are running around making sure they've got everything they need. Plus, we had a fantastic press night last night for the Shadow Factory. We had some very lovely celeb guests last night. So we're reaching other magazines that we don't normally reach today. So we're making sure that they've got everything they need. I think other challenges is why do we want another theatre in Southampton? We've got the Mayflower, wonderful commercial receiving house down the road. When we start explaining that we create our work, the Mayflower receives brilliant work, but we create our own here in Southampton. People are starting to get interested. So there's an interest there. Plus, we're really hoping that's going to reach out to audiences we've just not managed to connect with by offering something different. The images behind me are representing 5 of our own productions that we've got in the next year. And 4 of them are actually world premieres, which is so exciting because that's what we love doing here at Nuffield, is creating our own work and doing something really different and special.
It feels exciting actually because we've got 6 big productions this year, and it feels already like one spilling into the next. So it feels like there is a sort of energy, and there's a very specific energy that comes from producing your own work as opposed to bringing work in, because it's something that brings the whole building together and the staff together.
We are opening out with Shadow Factory. That's our first production in the brand new NST City. It's a Southampton story, and we particularly wanted to open our brand new theatre with this show because it tells how Southampton, in a time of chaos during the Second World War, came together against all the odds. And it's managed to get into audiences that we've never reached before. And I don't think it's too bold to say that I think most of Southampton is talking about it. So that's making me feel very excited today.
It's actually the culmination of 3 years of work. I was involved in the early development when I first joined the organisation as assistant producer in April 2015. So it's been so exciting doing that initial research about a local story of the Spitfire, and so many local people have fed into that, and we were so lucky early on doing that research because we were given so many ideas and stories that fitted with a narrative structure. And 3 years later, we have now just opened our first production, and it's so nice seeing those ideas and that research culminating in hopefully a fabulous new production, which has opened our new building.
New work allows us to speak to what is happening. The sort of beauty of this opening project, and it really has become more a project than it has a play, because yes, it's a new play by Howard Brenton, but it's also got a 25-strong community chorus in it. It's also got all this technology, and what that's about as a whole is sort of celebrating the city, sort of saying as we open that this is a theatre about you and for you, but we're not going to compromise artistic ambition. So we're always going to push, we're going to use this building as best we can, we're going to celebrate its height and celebrate its technology. At the heart of it are these 25 people from the community who are amazing, who are anything from sort of teachers to social workers to dockers, most of whom have never been on a stage before, and are, you know, the most gorgeous people to work with.
So in a brand new building, you're always reacting and there are lots of unknowns. So as much as being able to want to focus on the show, we've also had to ensure that it's fitted with the schedule of the building opening as a whole. But also that's a wonderful opportunity because it's not just about the show. We've been able to think about how to engage our communities in the building, but also think about how to get them in for the first time. And especially for the first show, it feels like such a chance to make a statement and ensure that, I think people base so much on first impressions, and actually the first show in this first building is our chance to make that first impression. Just seeing them in the building as a whole has been so exciting.
So here we are in the main auditorium of NST City, which is our brand new theatre in the heart of Southampton. So as you can see on all three sides, we're in thrust layout at the moment, which is one of the many sort of layouts that we are given in this flexible space. For us as a company, this is the first time that we've been right in the heart of the city as opposed to being on the campus. So suddenly we're more visible, we're more in the public eye, there's passing trade. So in terms of accessibility, which is one of our main priorities, having this space where it is, I think is vastly important. I suppose the second thing about it is the amount of space we now have. So we're in the main auditorium here. There's also a studio theatre, 140 seats, but there's also rehearsal space, dance studio, little sort of breakout spaces, as well as a big restaurant and bar. And I think what that means is that the range of opportunities that we can offer our audiences and our community here in Southampton, ranging from sort of youth theatre through to artist development opportunities, is much bigger than it was. A theatre and the arts in general are not perceived by all, in fact by many, as something that is obvious for their lives. Part of the reason that we're programming more than theatre here, doing music, dance, film, and so on, is to sort of open up audiences, to sort of find different entry points. But at the same time, the flip side, it's not just about engaging audiences from disadvantaged backgrounds, it's also just about growing audiences, about having a healthy sort of customer base, if you like. And one of the marked differences already, so this new play in our new theatre has already broken all records for sales, which is sort of extraordinary. What that is, we're still working out. Is it a new play? Is it the new building? Is it the fact that it's a story about Southampton? It's probably a combination of all of those three. But sort of the signs seem really good in terms of an appetite for what this is.
Thank you for asking me those questions. I'm actually pretty tired because I went to bed at 3 a.m. last night because it was our press night, but actually so much going on. So there's dancing happening in the square outside the building, there'll be fireworks going off the building tonight, and then we'll be officially open to the public. One of the things that's so exciting about being here is that we really want to kind of make a national statement as well, and actually the first production, which is The Shadow Factory, really feels like a local story of national significance. So if we can encapsulate that as a building and over the next few years, we want to be like one of the regional theatres and be a place that is rooted in its community but celebrated and known nationally.